and he's just been winning those big battles. And I really like this technique where he masses goons and gets the support units first. He gets the Templar first while he's attacking with those zealots, so they have tons of energy by the time they're moving out, and then gets the dragoons to follow up, and then he has the speed zealots rallied to meet up with his army. So basically it's the quickest he can have that whole army arrive. And with the most energy on the Templar. So with the 4 Templar and at least 2 storms each, he has a ton of Psy Storms and just is able to polish off Jaedong's army very, very easily. Last game, I think he could have done a better job of storming the Lings and, you know, killing off the Lings so they didn't get in close to his Dragoons when his Zealots were having a hard time getting there to rally with his army, so he didn't have that Zealot shield. But still, I mean, obviously he pulled it off anyway. He was storming the Lurkers instead. Which is a perfectly feasible use for storms, especially because it's great because if you cast one Psy Storm on a Lurker, then it's down to like 20 hit points or something like that, such that one shot from a Dragoon will finish it off. So it's a very effective way. You just storm it and hit it with one shot from the Dragoon, and that's that. Anyway, game 4 going down here. Wow, are we going to see Jaedong pull it back in and do like he did against Flash and bring it to a game 5, or are we going to see Jaedong go down in opposite fashion to the OSL finals that these guys were in before, where in situation Jaedong lost the first game and then won the next 3, and here we see Stork losing the first game, winning the next 2. Is Stork going to win the 3rd game in a row and polish off Jaedong with a 3-1 victory? We're gonna have to see. Anyway, so Stork is in the top right, purple, red Protoss. I wanted him to be purple. I wanted him to be purple. That's actually when the color theory stuff silliness started up, was in that time actually when Jaedong and Stork played, because Stork was purple the first game and he won, and then he wasn't purple the rest of the set, and he lost the other games, and then he was purple 3 times in a row against Bisu and won those 3 games against Bisu in a different series. So anyway, red Protoss is a pretty powerful color too. Jaedong is the yellow Zerg at the top left hand corner. This is a 4-player map, so they're both gonna have to scout around a little bit more. Jaedong, excuse me, I'm curious to see if Jaedong's going to be going for a pressure build again. Excuse me, if he's going to go for you know, a fast pool or not. So he's gone for the Overlord. Looks like he's going for drones actually. No pool yet. So Jaedong actually going for an econ build here instead of an early pressure build. So a little bit interesting there. And he's going to put down that extra hatchery at his expansion pretty quickly. So he's going to have a good econ going into the mid game. And I wonder if that's going to work out better for him actually, because in each of these games that Stork has won, Jaedong has not quite had the mid game forces, because he's been working on his economy so much. He's not quite had the mid game forces to hold off what Stork threw at him early on. So anyway, so I wonder if this is going to maybe work out better for Jaedong, going for this early hatchery instead, getting some extra drones early on, so that way he has a little bit more stuff to work with later on in the game. Stork's got saving up for his Nexus. He's going to plant it down here in just a moment. And so anyway, so Jaedong perhaps is going to have a better econ in the early game, so he doesn't have to spend that money on drones in the mid game, so he can get more forces out to protect his bases. What we're going to see next is Jaedong is going to plant down on, yeah, there he goes, the bottom left hand corner at the natural. He's going to put down his 3rd base down there, and it's pretty standard to put it as, you know, if you're close to, if your main is close to the Protoss, then the Zerg's going to put their 3rd base as far away as possible. And oh, gas steal from Stork. Wow, Stork doing a gas steal, and that is actually pretty good. I'm not sure why he canceled it actually. Maybe he just didn't want to lose the minerals there. Oh, he probably saw that Jaedong had planted down a extractor at the other base, or maybe he knew he was going to. But actually a pretty decent little ploy. Delay Jaedong's tech a little bit, just a tiny bit if you can, you know, because Jaedong wanted to put that gas now that he had his 3rd hatchery down. Anyway, a few Zerglings now popping out. Jaedong's going to put out a little bit of pressure, just to make sure that Stork knows he can't quite move out with 2 Zealots and own him or anything like that. And actually, he's got several Zerglings. He could... I don't know if he's going to, but he could theoretically do a run-by of some kind. Wait, does Jaedong even know where Stork's base is? Maybe he doesn't know where Stork's base is because his Overlord is just now arriving over here. And yeah, those Zerglings are turning on. He thought Stork was in the bottom right. Oh. Oh man, I assumed he knew where Stork's base was, but I guess he'd never actually scouted it because his first Overlord went south. Anyway, so Stork has that one cannon. He's got a few probes there. The Zealot in the gap is going to make it so that he can move those probes back a little bit. Although that Zealot is not protecting the whole entire gap. He needs to pull back. There he goes. But this Zergling is just streaming right in. Oh no, Stork. Oh, I saw that coming too. I was like, wait a minute. That gap is not that is not plugged up. Anyway, so Stork's going to have to fight these Zerglings with some probes. He's going to lose another probe. These two Zerglings are going to be able to run around in circles and scout everything Stork is doing. He won't have to sacrifice an Overlord to scout or anything like that. Zealot's going to chase things around. Is Jaedong going to go for more Lings, though? Try and take advantage of this situation? It looks like he's probably not. He's probably just going to get drones and go for a more mid-game push. Perhaps even with Mutalisks or something like that. Actually, that would be kind of fun to see. He sees that Stargate going down, but Jaedong has been known to go Mutas against Protoss. Not very often, not terribly often, but sometimes he'll go Mutas against Protoss. And oh, that Zergling's gonna die! Oh, somehow the Zergling escapes. And you know, get the Mutas, and then get the. Or you may sometimes get the Scourge first, and then follow up the Mutas, and just try and take control of the air. Not Jaedong as much as other Zergs, but I have been seeing Zergs do that a lot lately. And oh, that drone, Zergling finally goes down. Takes out a probe with it, though, so nicely done. And is he going to be able to... Oh, he might be able to kill off this Overlord with his Dragoon, or with the Corsair. That works too, I guess. Spire is half complete, so we're going to see some Scourge out before too long. He's probably going to lose one more Overlord to that Corsair, but again, the Corsair's main duty is to scout. So here we go. Stork now building up a small army here. He's got a robotics facility this time. Very interesting. So I'm curious to see what he's going to go for. He's going to change up his strategy a little bit here, so we're going to be seeing a different game altogether. The last two games have been kind of the same thing. This game is going to be completely different, with Jaedong going for an Econ build and Stork going for a Robo build instead of going for just massive units, ground units, or with the DTs to early DTs basically, kind of keep Jaedong in check. Anyway, so a couple Corsairs out now. He stopped production of Corsairs. He is going to make some more ground units, and I'm curious what this robotics facility is for. I wonder if he's going to make Reavers. He might make like a couple Reavers and then move out with like a ground army with Reavers to support and a couple Corsairs. He needs to be a little bit careful with those Corsairs. The Scourge are on the way. He's got to watch out he doesn't lose those Corsairs. Now would be a bad time to lose those Corsairs. Observer, focus on the Corsairs. Observer. Okay, there. So he is. Okay, they are being chased. I think he may have lost one Corsair though already, while they were showing Stork's base. Although I was not paying attention to Stork's base, I probably should have been. Anyway, so Stork is just running around here. He's trying to scout exactly what's going on. It looks like that Corsair is like slower than your average Corsair or something. It's moving very slowly. It's going to probably suck it to that the Scourge pretty soon. Stork has got to be a little bit worried now, actually. He's got to do something pretty quick here, because otherwise Jaedong is going to get that fourth base going in the bottom left, and he's just going to be in golden territory. Cybernetics core upgrading, probably the Dragoon range is what I'm expecting here. And there is a shuttle. There's a shuttle out, and there's the robotics support bay. So, watch out, shuttle! Watch out! Ooh, that was this Jaedong running these Scourge around, trying to kill off the shuttle, trying to get a nice little shuttle snipe. And here we go. We're seeing Goon Reaver attack by Stork. He's got 3 gateways. He's producing some more Dragoons. He's got a couple Zealots there as well for padding. And he's got a Reaver in that shuttle as well. He's got to be very, very careful. It's going to be very tricky. It's going to take a lot of micro and a lot of concentration for Stork to make sure that shuttle does not get Scourged. He's got the Dragoons nearby, so he can try and pick off Scourge with those Dragoons. And look at this. Jaedong does not want to lose to a quick attack like the last few games. Is going to get a scare buff? No, he's just going to ignore that, I guess. That's kind of weird. So these Zerglings in the middle of the map are going to actually keep reinforcements from joining up with this army, but Stork doesn't seem to care. He's got a Reaver there. He's going to start assaulting these sunken colonies that have been hastily placed up. Oh, watch out! He needs to go! This shuttle goes down! Shuttle goes down, so this is actually not that good of a position. And Mulists are out now. So the Reaver is in danger. Stork's going to turn around and try and kill off these Zerglings that are interfering with his reinforcements, and in the meantime, that Reaver is very, very vulnerable to these Mulists. Here he comes in. Is he going to snipe the Reaver? He comes in. The Dragoons are trying to follow up. He's trying to snipe the Reaver. Mulist taking several hits. Reaver getting a little bit too close. Might be in range of that Sun Colony. No. So he's still assaulting the Sun Colony with the Reaver. He's finally cleaned up the Zerglings in the middle of the map, although more could easily come from the bottom left. So Stork will be able to reinforce this location, and the Reaver does go down. So this siege is temporarily stopped. Stork probably producing more. I'm not sure if he's producing more, actually. It looks like we should have seen a shuttle there. He may be, I'm not sure. But lots of sunken. Look at this. Jaedong has spent every drone at his natural expansion on Sunkens. And Jaedong is counterattacking. He says, I'm just going to leave the Sunkens to defend, and I'm going to attack with my mutas instead at your main. Stork has nothing there at his main. Nothing at all. A single Corsair pops out. It's going to do paltry amounts of damage there. So Stork's going to have to run his forces out pretty quick. Stork kind of like, oh crap, that is the oh crap face. Stork just counterattacking right into this massive Sunkens. I don't think this is going to work. Dragoons are pretty good against Sunkens, but there's just too many. And there's Chi coming from Stork. Wow. We are going to see a Game 5, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. It's going to go to Game 5. Oh man. It's all going to be on the line. It's all going to come down to this last game. Wow. And that was pretty sweet by Jaedong. I mean, that was a ballsy move. I'm going to spend every drone at my natural expansion on sunken colonies and just counterattack with mutas. And, if Stork had 3 cannons in his main, then, Jaedong would have lost the OSL. But Stork had nothing. So, and I think Jaedong knew that because he'd gone for this kind of rush attack, this Goon Reaver rush thing. He knew that Stork probably didn't have a lot of defenses back there, since it was kind of a not an all-in, but a rush sort of thing, and it was kind of a bold move there. He didn't go for the expansions or anything like that. He just tried to go straight for the jugular, and with that Reaver pelting away at the sunken colonies, was doing a very good job of that. Actually, if he killed off a couple more sunks with that Reaver, he probably would have been able to defeat that front door with his Dragoons alone, but didn't quite work out. Anyway, so we're gonna see a Game 5. This has been an awesome series. Stork playing ridiculously well in games 2 and 3 and just doing everything right, and trying a little bit different strategy on Game 4. Didn't quite pay off. Jaedong winning that game, and of course Jaedong punishing Stork for his fast nexus in Game 1. Look at that. Jaedong looking focused, very focused. Stork looking rather calm. He's focused as well. Neither of these players are phased right now, so we're going to see some very, very top-level StarCraft. Neither player is going to really choke. If anything, I mean, no, I wouldn't say Stork is a choker at all. Sometimes he's lost crucial games, but I don't think it's due to choking.